Hi guys, so Baatein is back with its podcast sessions. As usual, today also we have an amazing speaker with us. We are honored to have with us Sanath, a distinguished alumnus of the National Institute of Design, Ahmedabad, and a visionary in the field of visual effects. He co-founded Firefly Creative Studio in Hyderabad in 2002, alongside two of his NID classmates. Over the past 2 decades, he has been instrumental in elevating the visual storytelling landscape of Indian cinema. Today, we'll delve into Sanath's journey from his formative years at NID to his pioneering contributions in visual effects and gain insights into the evolving landscape of design and storytelling. Hello, Sanath. Thank you for being here and giving us your time. Uh, so, I should say that this is a true fanboy moment because I grew up watching Tollywood movies, Iga, Magadira. I even remember Magadira was my first movie which I watched it on big screen. So when I was doing research on your studio and came to know that all these works were done by you, and I was just taken away. Thank you again, and this is a very proud moment. So, so
So, thank you for inviting me here and
thank you,
giving me opportunity to talk.
thank you. Thank you. So, what initially drew you to this creative field, and I want to know how was your time at NID back then when you were studying?
Yep. Before NID, the entire point is when I am in my schools and when I am doing my studies, didn't know much about. Nobody know what design is. It is uh, what interested me was first of all film. Somehow I wanted to be in film.
Yeah.
So accidentally somebody came across some advertisement in newspaper saying that there is something like
Hmm.
NID and like, so without knowing anything we applied thinking that okay come here and we might do some ad films.
Okay.
So that's how we landed up here and then we came here, attended the interview, then I thought it's a fantastic place to be because we are experiencing a place like this very different from our regular
Hmm.
institutions. And second thing is got blown away by the kind of work happening here and then
Exactly.
there is a library with so many books. All those got really
Hmm.
striking and luckily able to get in. Then after getting in, we are actually trying to understand and foundation year was the real eye opener for us to know what design is. So
Yeah.
many disciplines are there, so many people are going there. So we are aggressively going after to figure out what all we can do.
Okay. So again, adding to that, did you face any challenges or self doubts in the journey in the 4 year
Oh, of
in
course,
the
for,
course,
for
like,
the
and how did you
not
deal
first
with
year,
them?
the 4 years. The doubt was first itself when we came for the interview. Right?
Okay.
So came for the interview. We have people from across India, and then I'm coming from Kerala, so not so used to communicating in English. Though we have learned English, but speaking was tough.
Okay.
Then you see people around with a lot of big portfolios, and they come to show their work, and then you think, oh my God, this is like some unbelievable place. And then when you get in also, what
Mm.
we see is uh, every studio you see people put up their work and they're all very high skill work what we see.
Yeah.
And we came, most of us didn't come from a formal art training background.
Mm.
So we came, we might be drawing or doing certain doodling before,
Mm.
but actually formal training in uh, drawing and visualization started here.
Okay.
So initially it was really, really scary because uh, wherever you look, you see great work and you feel, oh my God, how do we reach somewhere?
Yeah.
So that was a big challenge. But what really helped us was the opening courses were freehand drawing and analytical drawing.
Mm.
So the analytical drawing class came first and said anybody can learn drawing, and it is some clinical approach. If you do, you can learn.
Mm.
That given a shocking uh, uh, shock value, and that, okay, my God, I can also learn. So we were in it,
Yeah.
and freehand drawing was about sit and draw and draw and draw, and then from a school where you're actually reading and learning, writing books, this was a big break. So it didn't see as a stress.
Yeah.
So within couple of months, you get used to that intense grind. I think that helped us to get adjusted.
I can relate to that. We also had these courses. No?
Correct. And
So
even I think the students was also quite supportive, and it's a closed campus, and everybody lived together. So within 1-2 months, we come to know each other.
Yep,
every time. Staying in campus really helped.
Yeah. So moving on to the next question, how did your journey unfold after graduating from NIT? Like, what was your first big opportunity?
So I need to add a bit more on the journey in institute, because
Sure,
as
sure.
I said, when we are in foundation, we really don't know what design is.
Yeah.
So in foundation is about giving you bits and pieces of different disciplines.
Okay.
So a bit of textiles and bit of clay modeling and everything we tested, and towards the end of it you need to choose what direction. So communication design, and when you come into communication design, you start with typography, and then photography is there, then something to do with video, then there is an introduction to animation. So at the end of it, you go through each time when you're doing something, you're thinking, okay, this is what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Correct? You're trying to do it best, and then the next thing comes, your excitement changes.
Yeah.
But that given us an exposure in terms of what goes on, what all can be done in design. So by the time you got into I selected animation, I was more or less clear. Okay, this all these possibilities, and this is what I want to take. And then when I'm in animation, also it helped me previous experience to mix up exposure from the other thing.
Yes.
So that's the journey. The entire journey was not about I have a aim to be something and then I took that path. There was a dream of something to do with film, and everything tuned towards that is how it happened.
Yeah.
So now, like what you asked, after completing animation, we were in a campus where we are exposed to film. It's a completely different world. There is nothing to do with what happens outside.
Okay.
So we think we will make a film, and you get out, and then you realize nobody is really making film. Like studios were there. There were some. They were doing commercials, and it's all only in Mumbai, Chennai, or any of these metros there. You might be able to get it. And digital was not very much there. It's all more of traditional, and digital things were slowly coming up.
Okay.
So then suddenly you realize there's no opportunity to actually to do as a film. So that was a shock. And the moment you're in here, you're in a mood to change the world. Correct? We can also make film like anybody else. That's the mood you go out, and you don't see opportunities.
Yeah.
That was a bit of it's not disappointment, but it's like a shock.
Yep.
Correct. So how do we survive? Then luckily, one of my friends was in Chennai, and he said, there's a studio here, we are trying to start up some animation. You come. So immediately you land up there, not even thinking about, what is the job, what is the salary. The only thing said is, we'll start an animation studio. So will it pay so much, or what is new? All those things were not there. So that's how it's just started.
Yep. And what drives you? What you do? Like, how do you? Like, what's your core motivation? I would say.
The core motivation, I think, still when I look back, it's still related to the film. So as long as I was working on film, which was something dream from beginning, so I thought, got more and more excited and keep going there.
Yeah.
And the second thing, what happens is, film as a medium is very, very what you call, access to the film was tough.
Yeah.
You need to be connected to somebody and something, and some recommendation is how it happened.
Yeah.
So that is the time actually the visual effects started coming up with digital technology. So that I really saw it as an opportunity, because we saw people who are working with the computers are purely computer engineers who doesn't understand what the film language is, and film people are completely clueless about this digital medium message. So knowing this these two sides of it, balancing, it tried to become a super. Like initially, I was doing storyboards for film. Then I saw some problem for them. I saw some problem here, so we tried to communicate, and without having a formal name as a VFX supervisor as such. So those days it's not there. So we just become a supervisor just by mediating.
Yeah.
So that's how it started, and then the journey went on.
And like, how was the shift like from animation to VFX? And even all this happened when they're just starting out
Correct.
in the mainstream media.
Correct.
And how was it like the transition?
I didn't even realize what it is because the dream of doing the film of animation was the thing which is holding. Then you go sit in the studio and we are trying to, because there's not much trained talent there. So my friend was a Krishna Swami and he bring in some of his friends, fine artists, and we were trying to train them to do on animation side and trying to do some ad film. It doesn't pay so much, and we are in a studio, so it needs some revenue. So they were doing visual effects for television serials and then some titles and things. So we do, and we are just out of the college, and there's nothing much to do other than this work. So even evenings and nights you will be spending around studio only because nearby we are staying. So we set up, figure out what computer guys are doing. They are struggling to work something. So we'll try to make storyboard for them, explain them what to do, how to do lighting. Because computers was also very, very primitive. Correct. And softwares are not that powerful. And there's no, we have to learn things from the help file. Correct. So like that we are struggling because we like what we do is how it start building.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Like training few people and again starting
and
everything.
Learning
else.
as you train, you also
exactly,
learn,
exactly.
So I remember the software's installation itself was painful. CDs were not there; it was floppy disk. So one 3D software need to install means there's about 20, 25 floppy disks will be there. So you need to put it in sequence. One you put, once it's over, another one you put, and 20 of them is over, then there'll be a corruption. So it'll restart. So installation it'll take about a day or so. Correct. So you need to know networks were not common. So one system, hard disk need to be connected. So we ended up knowing all kind of crude ways of how to manage.
Okay. Wow, interesting. So of all the projects which you worked on, which do you think for you is like most challenging, and how did you deal with it?
No, I think every project has its own challenges and problems, and if it is not there, we will make it. The entire point is film. People come to VFX because they couldn't do something. Correct. There is a challenge to do in a traditional way. So can you do it? Is how it will come. So when it comes, the demand is photorealism. Correct. So because whatever we do has to be matching perfectly with what is getting shot. Correct. So generating something photoreal has its own challenges. First is the system power. Second thing is your limitations of your software. Correct. Then the skill level, because we are doing it for the first time. So how do you animate? How do you rig? How do you model? How do you texture? All these things were actually evolving as we are doing. Correct. So the first project has a challenge, and also the latest one, if you see, even though all these tools are there, film is a very, very what you call unique experience. People pay to go see the film. Correct. And the filmmaker want to give a unique experience. So if you have done something before, they want to do something which they have not done before. So now I have a most powerful system, but the demand of what we can generate out of also gone more. So each time we are trying to do what we could not do earlier.
So it's like very fresh every time.
Every time we are trying to push is one thing. And second thing is, by the time you finish a shot, you would have gone through it multiple times. So many people have seen it. So you only see problems, what you could not solve in that. Correct? People say it's a wow. Correct? But we will see what mistakes only we will see. So that we will try to cover up in the next project. Cover up in the next. That was actually the VFX journey.
Okay.
So
And like, how was it when there were no other like there is nothing like for an example this or this like VFX came just now, and while you are like it feels like you're alone on the journey, and you don't have nothing much to look up to. Then what was like what was it like, well, like being alone on the journey, like VFX
yeah,
especially?
it is not somehow it's not really like that. Okay, always there is a reference of somebody saying, okay, in Hollywood it happened like that.
Yeah,
When we see
yeah.
film,
But in
correct?
India,
When you look at it, very easily people say they have the technology, they have this, and they will do, correct?
hmm,
But when you wanted to do, you will forget about technology for some time.
okay.
You get excited about a story,
Hmm.
correct? And you get excited about opportunity of staging that in a better way, correct?
Yeah.
So the moment you get that control, uh, how do I put it? You will try to hide all the problems
Yeah.
you have, correct?
Okay.
Because it's all fake. We are not trying to do something. It's all make believe.
Yeah.
It's all magic.
Yeah.
Okay? So as long as your story works, nobody really bothered how you did it.
Hmm.
Correct. That was the exciting thing. So the moment you say it need to be done like this, then the excitement is gone.
Yes, exactly. Uh, Again, which film posed the greatest challenge in terms of VFX, and how did your team overcome it? As a, working in as a team, how was it?
I think that, as I told you earlier, every project had its own
Yeah, yeah.
complexity, or it comes in. So like first film, when you look at Anji, the kind of work need to be done those days was huge, correct? We were working with what, 20 small hard disks,
Yeah.
one small GBs only it is there, and network is not there. We are disconnecting hard disk to other things, correct? Specialists are not there. So you troubleshoot on the go. You do something, you find a problem, then you troubleshoot, you do it. So everybody was constantly engaged.
Hmm.
So the team is a very important thing. It's
Team.
not a
Yeah.
one-man job,
Yeah. Exactly.
correct? So and when it comes to maybe Kalki or something which is
Hmm.
the latest, it it poses its own challenges because almost 90% of the screen is digitally need to be generated.
Hmm.
Correct. So you only have artists performing and rest has to be generated, and it has to be seamless. And we have characters also there, animated characters.
Yeah.
So the challenges become even more in terms of how much fine tuning you can do. Correct.
Yeah.
Softwares are powerful now, but are you able to notice what is the thing which is not making it look so uh, unreal, or what is it making it so real? So multiple rounds of fine tuning, improvisation. So different perspective each one will bring in actually will help.
Hmm.
So it's a massive team job, and then uh, work around. If something fails, you cannot say this is the only way to do it.
Hmm.
Correct? We need to find another way to make it happen.
And also, with this burst of AI, what do you think artists or designers should learn from it, or uh, how do they survive?
No, it is. I will say it like that. Technology is going to keep on evolving.
Hmm.
Correct, and there is a drive towards bringing in more and newer technologies to make things faster, better, something not done before. So things will get
Hmm.
coming. So now, why I'm saying is, with my experience, when I went into the industry, film was film, correct? We had some video uh, industry
Yeah.
that's been considered less
Okay.
comparing to film. Film is ultimate; nobody can touch it. It is the greatest thing, correct? Then the digital came, and whoever was practicing film said, "This is not art. This is you know bad quality.
Hmm.
No aesthetics to it."
Yeah.
Correct. And within this, I'm talking about 2000.
2000.
Correct. You have the biggest practitioners of the time saying that film is film and digital doesn't make sense.
Hmm.
But within 5 years, digital cameras become norm, and within 10 years, the entire projection system gone. You don't see film anymore.
Hmm.
But film as a medium of storytelling is there, and digital technology evolved a new way of telling story. So if you look at films of 2000 and if you look at films made in 50s,
Yeah.
the entire editing pattern is changed.
Yeah.
Correct? How do you frame? How camera moves? It's changed. Correct? So initially there might be a lot of messing up. Somebody will do, and there'll be some colors are off, and then makeup looks really ugly because digital catch everything. You
Yeah.
cannot do makeup like what used to be film. Correct? So those things, you by making mistake people win, but they will adapt and they will make it big, and they will try to do things which you could not even imagine before. Now you don't see any film without a drone shot. Correct? The moment you have a drone, it completely changes your perspective of story, and the space it changes. The technology comes, it will get adapted. Correct? So when it comes to AI, suddenly it looks like it is going to kill everything. Correct? So every technology has a negative side also, positive side also.
Yeah.
But as a practitioners, if you don't catch up with it and try to control it and try to outdo it, it is going to go its way. So there's no point of neglecting it, and there's no point resisting it. What you should do is, as a practitioner, your core is about telling stories.
Yeah.
Correct? Camera is one tool for you to make your story. So you look at whatever options give you, which can make your story better, greater, to take it to the people. Try to adapt it like that. So it doesn't matter what comes in your hand.
Oh.
Correct? So AI has its own challenges, problems. Unless you do it, you won't know what can be done.
Yeah.
Because people are going to do it, and people are going to come up with something completely unique also. So if you want to be there, you be the person who make the change.
Yeah.
Is how you should, I think, look at.
All right. And also, any piece of advice you want to share to young animators who are just graduating and also want to do something beyond animation?
Correct.
Just like you.
What do you mean beyond animation?
Like, I mean, yeah, the learnings will be the same, but
Correct.
changing the mediums.
No, the good thing, because what I am seeing, the big challenge for you guys to come out is, it's become completely unpredictable.
Okay.
Correct? In 2000, when you say, okay, what is film? It's all been established as an industry. It is there for 100 years, and practices have evolved. Correct?
Yeah.
That's all getting disrupted. Now, a filmmaker is using a digital term, and somebody is publishing a book is using a digital thing, and there is a gaming which came up, and that's a thing of new century. Like digital computer games are not there earlier, and all these things are using the similar tools, and each one is telling story, correct, in its own way. Correct? So that means what? Lot of overlapping between your practices.
Yeah.
So there's no pure animators and there's no pure graphic designers, because they themselves is doing motion graphics, they can do. Correct? So all these are getting mixed up. So be very clear about your core, that is the fundamentals of animation, but don't stick to it. Try to expand, try to keep learning, and try to experiment what more you can do. Push the limitation is going to be your challenge.
Okay.
And the challenge is going to be, how do you keep learning new things? Because in 2000, whatever software we use for 3D animation or compositing is not there anymore.
Yeah.
So in last 20 years, we changed softwares at least 3 or 4 times. Maybe one Photoshop is there throughout. Correct? But those days, only one Photoshop is there. Now there is too many options are there for image generation.
Yeah.
I mean, paint softwares are there.
Yeah.
And there it is incorporating AI tools to improve your thing. So that will be keep evolving. So I think what challenge is going to be there is, for you need to be constantly be learning.
Yeah, learning.
So that I think you should be open to.
Yeah, of course. And also, if somebody is getting out and want to start a studio, what do you suggest? Like, what are the qualities they must have in a long run?
Okay, the starting studio is a little complex thing.
Okay.
Correct. So we didn't know. We jumped in it, started, and then we learned on the go.
Hmm.
But studio is two things. We thought, okay, you start a studio, you can make your film.
Hmm.
Correct? But when you make your film, it takes time. It needs resources. So that it needs money. Correct? The moment you put in money, you think of returns.
Hmm.
I'm putting 100 rupees, will I get 100 rupees? Correct? Can I make 200 rupees out of it? So there's a completely a different aspect to making your own content.
Yeah.
That is, it's not about making a great film.
Hmm.
It's also about how do you reach the audience, how do you distribute, how do you, uh, what do you call, uh, reach out to different people to make a deal to take it to the film and make money out of it.
Yeah.
Correct? Second aspect is what you give services,
Hmm.
like a VFX studio or something. Correct? So then you need to know already there is one practice is going on. So you need to understand how people are doing it. So how we can now do it with all aspects, technically also, financially also, it should work out.
Yeah.
So you need to understand a business a bit
Okay.
before getting to. So when we are studying, there was a design management.
Yeah.
Oh, what is big deal about management? Well, maybe some rules, something they're saying.
Hmm.
But when it comes to practicing, starting your studio, I thought it's one of the most important thing needed for a designer to understand the business part of it. How do you make strategies? How do you make your cash flows?
Okay.
All those become very, very important.
Yeah.
So now there are different help files, videos, some softwares manage everything, but still you need to understand that it's not just about creation.
Hmm.
It's about how to stabilize so that you do next year also, how long you will sustain, and how do you build a team, how do you learn. All those things will come in part of the starting up on your own.
Yeah.
So maybe the best thing will be to try work different places, understand how the industry is before actually jumping into starting your own.
All right.
Because it's a buzzword now, like entrepreneur and
Yeah,
everywhere
exactly.
startup and everywhere this place is starting up, and almost 99% of them doesn't survive more than 1-2 years.
Hmm.
As long as some funding is there, they might be.
Okay. So thank you for giving us again your valuable time and being here.
I
So
hope it was
yeah,
helpful.
yeah,
And
yeah, definitely.
I think the all the thing, whatever I try to tell is the closing is about, okay, try to understand core of your activity.
Okay.
Correct? If it's animation, means it's storytelling.
Yeah.
Correct? And try to understand where the foundation it came from, and try to plug in and improvise, and whatever comes, pick and choose and keep building on it is what I think will take you long way.
Thank you.
Hope
Thank
I
you.
think
Yeah.
it was useful talking, and then
Definitely, yeah. Even our audience can take so much from this interview. Thank you.
thanks,
Thank you.
thanks. Yeah.